All right, Dennis and Casper at Submission Ready here with Mark Hunt, brought to you by Engage Combat Fightwear. Mark, a few days out from UFC Perth, UFC 221, how does it feel to be back in the UFC in the swing of things and finally out a few days out from your fight?
It feels great, being a part of history. Looking forward to work, it's been my second camp. And do you want me to look at you or the camera?
You can talk to both of us, yeah.
So I'm looking forward to it, no injuries and I'm good.
Yeah, because you just finished, I think, the guy said 11 rounds, 10 rounds of training. You were doing some rounds on the pads and stuff like that, is that right?
I don't know, I lost count at 20. I'm just kidding. I need 2 rounds now. I'm ready. I'm getting tired. I'm tired. I'm always tired of training, but more tired than more so. So, training's been hard. And I'm just looking forward to work.
You also weighed in just a second ago. Can we ask you, how's the weight coming along?
Oh, good, man. I'm like 120.2, so I'm good. Oh, sorry, 122, so I'm good.
120.2 kilos, right?
122 kilos, so.
122 kilos.
Yeah, a couple over the limit, but it's good.
You joke around a little bit about the fact that you've kind of done 2 training camps back to back. Obviously, you were supposed to fight in Sydney. Now you've got this one here. Would you say it's probably been some of the most prepared you've been going into a fight, considering the fact that you have had pretty much 2 training camps going into this one?
Well, pretty much. I was in Thailand for a while. Then I had to go to Vegas and sort my my pass out. And now, went back to the coast and did another one. And then, here we are now, 3 days out. God forbid something happens that I don't make in the octagon. So I'm looking forward to working. It's good.
You've also got Tai Tuivasa and Tyson Pedro on the card. All 3 of the Sydney guys, the Polynesian guys. A lot of people are saying you're almost taking over the card. What's that like for you, being all together and fighting all at the same time?
Well, we're all from down under here. Robbie was, Robbie's the champ, and we missed out having him headline. It is what it is. I'm like I said, I'm glad to be getting back on and getting this train moving forward, trying to get closer to a title shot. It's good to be on it with Tyson and Ty, the young guys, the next generation of heavyweights, light heavyweights, and some other local fighters. It's great,
There's almost this sentiment that because you've spoken to us about how you've got 3 more fights and you want to win that title, and then you might move along, that Tai Tuivasa might be kind of like, I guess, the guy taking over. Do you sort of feel like you're grooming him as, I guess, the guy to take over?
Well, I'm not grooming anyone like a predator. I'm not one of those guys. Ty's his own man. He made it here by being a great fighter. You don't get signed for no reason. He's here because he's here. He's just beneath me fighting. A couple more fights and he should be in the top 10. 3 more fights. First fight in the UFC. Bonus of the night. Great start to a career, especially at the young age he's got. And,
he did credit you. He did say that you gave him the opportunity to train with him and things like that.
Well, I don't. It's hard to find training partners. I've been through thousands of training partners. It's hard to find the right training partners that help benefit you. Not try to help get pub stories so they can go tell people. The idea is, no injuries and getting the actual person fighting into the octagon. That's where, the hard work, when everyone watches when you're fighting, but the hard work is done when the lights are out. But, it's good. I'm glad Ty has got his opportunity. One of the many locals coming through from this side of the world, We missed out on seeing the champ, Robert Whittaker, perform, and that is what it is. There'll be more champions come from this side of the world.
Press conference a couple of days ago, you had a chance to go face-to-face with Curtis Blaydes. What did you think when you went eye-to-eye to him? Did you see anything specific? Did anything stand out to you?
Well, no, I just what I did see was a pretty big cut on his lip. Maybe, that's pretty much all I saw. There's nothing, Curtis Blaydes is like every other heavyweight. He's relatively new, 6'4", 6'5", normal size, a wrestler. But, like I said, he's kind of green. He's come here. Not much of a record, but, he's fought Nagano. We'll have to test him, see how he goes. If see how he goes when he's really hurt in the octagon, or see how things work out. He'll only get better. He's really young, and see what happens. If he can beat me, then he deserves a spot.
Speaking of testing, you on the Half Cast podcast, you're on that, and they were talking about a fun car ride you had with Jeff Nowitzki. We can only imagine what that would have been like. What was that like? Did you pick his brain a little bit?
Oh yeah, always talking about how amazing the work that Jeff has been doing. And USADA and trying to stamp out these cheaters, but I was just going on. I'm telling him, look, mate, you know, it's an easy way to change this whole scenario to get rid of these cheaters. A clause in the contract, you know, easily change these things. You know, one clause saying if you cheat, you get caught cheating, or your finances go to the other person, or gets taken off you. The second time you get caught, you should be banned for life. There's no two ways about it. And I say that in the fact that if someone gets killed by one of these cheaters, then it should become a criminal offense. You should be going to jail for premeditated murder. Because I didn't plan to fight someone that's juicing, and he didn't. And for sure, he premeditated murder when he's juicing himself, getting the advantages of this game. You know, I feel that they need to even it up more by putting the clause in. You know, the Marquand clause, putting the clause in, so it makes it an even playing ground. I mean, I don't care how many times, you know, people been calling me, you know, loud whinger, this and that, man, they can all kiss my fucking ass. You know, you ain't the one going in and doing it. You ain't the one that's had the broken hands. You ain't the ones that's getting, you know, it isn't even in this arena at the moment, I feel.
Was Jeff receptive? Because I feel like you're a big fan of what he's doing.
Of course I'm receptive. I mean, he was receptive. I mean, he said, you're speaking to the choir, Mark. I said, fuck, I don't see no trumpets and shit around here. But he, like I said, he's doing everything he can in his power. You know, there's a couple of documentaries out on Netflix. As you've seen one of them. It's pretty high-end stuff. You know, it goes all the way to the top. You know, the Russian government, they did all that shit for Olympics. And
radio going off here.
And this is a professional sport.
Yeah.
You know, this is big money here, you know, big time money here. So, you know, there's always going to be that. But we need to do one, not just as myself, me standing up, not just me, but as a community. You know, all of us, as people, especially when it comes to steroids in this business, because none of us tolerate crime and sports in our society, right? So what's the difference with the sport? They're still committing a crime, or, you know, as I say, it was going to be like that. So, yeah, let's do something. Let's put the Marquand clause in there, you know, get rid of these fools.
Yeah, it sounds good. Just quickly on that, Dana White recently said that.
Yeah, that sounds good.
That,
yeah,
well, excuse me, Marquand clause, that's a solid name, easy to pronounce. I feel like anybody would be able to memorize it if they had to take it a law class. Now, I'm trying to backtrack here, but just quickly, Dana White said the odds of Brock Lesnar returning in 2018 and fighting again are likely. Someone asked him in a recent interview, if you saw Brock back and fighting again, would that frustrate you, knowing everything that you're going through and everything that you went through having fought him at UFC 200?
Well, he shouldn't be fighting. He's just a cheater. There should be a room for a show for steroid users like him. You can't tell him any different. He didn't deserve to be there. He took the shortcuts. You know, and it just goes to show the credibility when they say, oh, a guy like Brock Lesnar's coming back. Oh. So it's all about money. So you don't really care about the fighters at all. So when you said to me, oh, Mark, you got to go and do your test because we're worried about you. You're lying? Yeah, I thought so. At the end of the day, you know, like I said, we're setting a bad example and the wrong example to not only a lot of the kids coming through, they want to be pro fighters at the top, and you're talking about martial artists. And this is a sport of you know, respect and honor and doing the right thing, not taking shortcuts to get to the top. You know, making money. I mean, you know, this is pathetic. That's all I can say.
Just look. And just off Brock Lesnar, looking at obviously your career trajectory, you've made it very clear that you want that title. Before you leave the UFC, you want that title. Is there any pressure that if you're going to do that, you'll probably need to go your next 3 fights undefeated and sort of, you know, climb that ranks? Is there any more pressure as opposed to maybe before where you were just taking fights and see how high you would get?
No, there's no pressure. Yeah, man, I love to compete, and you know, I feel I'm the best fighter in the world. Of course, I'm gonna, you know, keep climbing. You know, why shouldn't I? If I feel like that, then you know, running with a skid row of cheaters, and then of course, why shouldn't I feel like that? Of course I should get a title.
Obviously, the UFC giving you some tough matchups here and there, but lately, you know, Curtis Blaydes, a lot of people complaining that you deserved a bigger name here in Perth. Fabricio Werdum has now taken a fight with someone else. Will you be a bit more vocal about who you want next if you do get a good win this weekend to ensure that you do get those names to get you that title shot?
Well, pretty much I have been vocal. I've said my piece. I've said, you know, I would like someone higher. I got to this spot by beating Derek Lewis. And, you know, and I want to get someone higher. It's the same thing for like Curtis Blaydes. If he beats me, he stays in the spot. It's the same thing. If I beat Curtis Blaydes, I deserve someone higher, you know.
Obviously, the name that on everybody's head is Francis Ngannou. Is he on your radar if you win over Curtis Blaydes? Is that because I suppose fans see that as a fan-friendly matchup, something that everybody would be really excited about. Is he on your radar as potentially a next matchup if things go well this weekend?
He's above me, so yeah, of course. I mean, he's above me, and of course, like I said, he's relatively new again. another guy, and you know, but of course, you know, he's the one that said when I saw him, he wanted to fight me, and I said, of course, I want to fight you, and I fight you, and I was like, yeah, so so yeah.
As we let you go, Mark, just give us a bit of a preview. I know we'll see it a little bit on Embedded, but what's the plans for you, Ty, and Tyson in the house just the next couple of days as you're preparing for the fight? Because we know it's pretty wild over there.
Yeah, you have a nice room. It looks big.
You've got the master
Ensuite?
bedroom.
Do you have an ensuite?
Yeah, I got the bigger room. There's
Nice.
like 12 guys in there, but you know.
There was a fight for it, right?
Ty told us he's sleeping on a mattress out the back.
Well, hey man, I was like, I got the house, man. I paid for that shit. So if I pay for that, I deserve it. It's my second camp. It's like cost me over a couple of $100,000 for these 2 camps. So, you know, I mean, if I'm paying for that shit, that's my room. You know, fair enough. Come on.
What's the plan the night before? Will you do like a big Samoan barbecue to sort of relax and invite everybody down?
Oh no, I've got I think lunch or dinner with Optus. I have a few commitments. Optus, what's up?
Cuba Gooding Jr. coming down?
Oh, is he?
I don't know. Well, he's sponsored by Optus.
Oh wow, okay, man. If he's coming down,
It's going to be
sweet.
good.
Why not, man? Hell yeah,
Have an
that'd be
extra
great.
chair. So as we let you go, the prediction, I mean, everybody wants to know how this is going to go down. We're a couple of days out. How are you feeling? How do you think it's ending this weekend, UFC 220?
I'm over training. I'm looking forward to fighting. Like I said, all I can do is go in there and perform my best. I'm looking forward to giving my soul and everything else that comes with the octagon. And you know, like I've always felt and I've always wanted to do is you know, give me a glorious death. If I love doing what I'm doing, then so be it. I'm happy, so long as I put a great performance in. You know, make sure the fans get paid, get what they paid for. Then that's it.
Yeah, well, it's going to be exciting this weekend. And a quick shout out, Juggernaut Clothing. Obviously, a lot of great stuff there. Me and Casper, we saw some great stuff. There's some great jumpers, great tank tops, great T-shirts.
Still working on it, but yeah, Juggernaut, JUGNT.com is where you can get all my gear from.
It looks sharp. There's been people walking around the hotel here, so guys, jump on, grab it before it sells out.
Yes,
because
sir.
after this weekend, you never know. You know, you have a big performance, there's not going to be much stock. So,
Oh yeah, of course. We'll see what happens, man.
thanks, Mark.
All right, thanks you guys. Appreciate it.